Most people, in my opinion, actually enjoy working. They don't mind it. It doesn't bother them at all. Most people try to pick something that they kind of like doing. What makes work miserable are the narcissists frequently found there in it and therein. And what also makes work miserable is that work so often violates primary rights. So often. Like, really think about your work environment. Apply all of these to, well, pre-COVID, the pre-COVID work environment when everyone had to go to an office for the most part. Think about how many of these are violated, or office, or just wherever your workplace is. You may not work in an office, but you had to go where other people were, basically, is what I'm saying. Think about how many of these are violated on a daily basis in the pre-COVID workplace. Think about it. Especially your right to movement, man. Like, I can't tell you how many employees are truly stalked at work. They're stalked how long they're at their desk, how long they stepped away from their desk, how long it took them to come back, where did they go. Some employees are actually questioned as far as to where they went or why were they in the bathroom so long. We talked last year about how they were proposing installing slanted toilets to make it more uncomfortable to just sit on the toilet at work, basically, because the presumption that they were making is that people were in there playing on their cell phones and stuff. So they wanted to make it a little bit more physically challenging, which from a disability and accessibility standpoint is a lawsuit waiting to happen. But they wanted to make it more physically challenging so you wouldn't stay in there quite as long. That's a violation of your health, your privacy, your right to differentiate. Our workplaces naturally violate the majority of our primary rights, the majority of them, which is why they can't wait to get us back. Because when you're home, you have control over your air, you have control over your water, your food, where the building you're in, your housing. To an extent, your rest. You control your movement. You have more control over your right to consent. You definitely have more control over your peace working from home. You have more control over your safety. Nobody's really talked about this, guys, but think about all the workplace violence incidents that we've had over the past couple of years, and even the violent incidents at schools. We've had none of that this year. None. So we've definitely had more control over our safety this year. Definitely a little more control over our privacy. We have more control over our personal economy, which now they want to tax that because we have more control over our personal economy now. A little bit more control over your personal expression, meaning you could be sitting there with no shoes. So people are a little bit more free these days. A few more of their rights are intact than they usually are. And it's driving your corporate overlords crazy because they're so used to violating these on a daily basis. All of them, every single one of them. They're used to naturally violating them too. It comes natural to them. It truly does.